As you all can see, I am wearing something called glasses. I have ever since I was in kindergarten. Without these glasses, I wouldn't be able to see anything, pretty much. Like, I'd probably be legally blind. That's where my mom is right now. I picked the quote, if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. And that's from the Bible. I don't know much about the Bible, but we're not here to talk about my religious beliefs. So, the way I interpreted the quote was, not knowing where you're going in life it's like walking blind, pretty much. And sometimes you want that another person to be there with you for that comfort. You want someone like your mother, your father, friends. You always want to feel some type of security when you're going into a place you don't know anything about. Just like college, you come out of high school not really knowing what to expect. You hear things, but you don't know what it's going to be like, and you can't really go into it knowing exactly what to expect. You go in blind, and then you realize and figure it out for yourself. My major claims for this quote, I honestly just feel like, just like what I said, when you walk around blind, you experience life in a different way. You are open to more than you would be if you knew what you were expecting. That's the way I look at it, at least. You walk into a place and you learn new things that you didn't think you were going to learn. If you go into a classroom knowing what you're going to learn, it's not going to be very interesting. This quote pretty much sums up my life if I was to wear no glasses. I'd be walking around not knowing anything at all. I'd be walking around with my hands out in front, just learning my surroundings by my feelings. So, if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. So, lead your life with an open mind, and wherever you go, and you'll find new experiences, and those experiences might be bad, they might be good, but if you have an open mind about things, then they could be good for you.
Well, I like the personal reference as an attention device, and I thought you tried to tie it into the topic pretty well. Your point of view was a reasonable interpretation of the quote, so that's fine. There's not really a structure set up, there's no preview, and so you end up wandering around on the topic a little bit, which becomes a problem at the end of the speech, as we'll talk about in just a second. On the presentation elements, your voice projects pretty well. I think there's reasonable variety there, and everything is flowing pretty smoothly. I like your gestures, you're nice and expansive. Sometimes you are holding the topic a little bit awkwardly, and I'd be careful about that, but I didn't notice it too much, and so I'm not dinging you on that. Your facial expression, you look pretty animated. Once in a while you have a little bit of a nervous smile. You might want to be a little more controlled than that. Excellent eye contact with the audience. Most of your anxiety seems to be coming out in your body movement, your posture. Your feet just seem a little bit nervous, and then you settle down a little bit, and then you get more nervous again, and your feet start moving in awkward ways, crossing your ankles, shifting your weight from side to side, and it really makes you look a lot less certain than you were at times. I also thought maybe there was a little bit of nervous laughter toward the end of the speech, and that's another place that your anxiety comes out. Speaking of the end of the speech, you got stuck on finding an exit, finishing off, and you kind of changed your topic at that point, and you're going in a different direction than you were originally. And I know that the problem here is that because you didn't have a structure, you don't really have anything to summarize, because otherwise it just seems like you're repeating what you talked about, and so you're trying to have a nice exit line, a nice summary of the point, but you've kind of forgotten what the point was at that moment, and as a consequence you really seem like you're stretching there to find a good finishing point.
All right, thank you.